press this, and I go, yes, we are live now. I was trying to get a word in sideways, but I managed to do this now. We seem to have a conversation. I don't know why pressure and containers seem to be a problem, but I think
Again,
we've
repeat.
resolved that issue. I thought I muted you, Casual. Oh, sorry. and, and then I found out that you just went from that to the moon, so I can't see the connection there. So maybe somebody can fill me in. Okay.
Terry, you got a bit of repeat there. You go into the major repeat.
How did I do that?
It's yeah.
Shouldn't be anything wrong on my end.
Crash is broken again.
Crash break.
Is this sound okay out there in the real world?
Think it's okay now? Yeah, it's all right. You're not repeating now.
Sounds good to Aaron. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Hi, Aaron.
Still repeating.
Welcome back to the globe.
What's going on, Sean Little G?
Welcome back to the globe.
Sean Little G. What's going on?
Aaron, little man.
No, this whole show is dedicated to Aaron because he's a globie and a flatty. So now we can just listen to his arguments and we can
All right.
debate.
Everyone go on mute. Listen to Aaron argue with himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, go, Aaron.
Davos, I'm here. Okay.
Aaron, do you need to cry first before you do this?
Hold on. I got tissues. Yeah. You don't need to supply me. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You know what I can't believe? Aaron has 2 R's in his name, and yet he can't say Davros.
Right. Hey, Dav. How you going?
Fuck is Davros? Is that actually your name? Demonic Davros? Like,
Yeah,
what?
totally. Totally, that's my name.
Totally.
Oh, cool. Well, it sounds cool. Sounds cool. Good for you. I mean, keep it up. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So we're going to continue with the...
Aaron. My name's Aaron Davros. My name's Aaron. You can
Aaron.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Can you say that?
Hi, Aaron.
Wow. You guys are cool. Okay, here we go.
Can we say that? Yeah, that.
Okay. So what question do you guys have for Aaron?
Hi, Aaron.
Aaron.
Hi,
There
Aaron.
we go. Hey, Sean. Wow. Amazing.
So Aaron, how does water curve?
Water doesn't curve.
But you said
Terry,
surface tension.
But Terry, if you observe water curving, it would definitely be due only to tension. That's it.
Waterfalls.
So we're going back to scale again because I did hear some conversations about scale.
Yeah, there's some scales.
Are you going to weigh in on that conversation?
What do you mean?
I thought we're talking about the moon anyway.
Okay, somebody get the crayons.
Lou, you step back. Lou. Hold on.
I'm not blue.
Listen,
Yeah, it's the Travanator.
I am the Travanator.
He's a funny shade of pink. He's not blue at all.
Okay, fine. So he's a light blue.
I was Aaron earlier.
You were in La La Land.
You don't know, and I don't know. Therefore, you in La La Land.
I mean, what's the point? I mean, come on.
The point.
Get to your point.
Aaron, what you were asking earlier on, you're asking everybody what the moon is, right? You're asking everybody else, but can you tell us?
No. I was not asking that. That was a question asked to me.
Well, I heard you asking in the last chat.
No.
What is the
That
moon?
was a
You did.
question
Oh,
asked to me
no.
what the moon is.
Oh, you
Okay.
definitely asked the question. I was listening. So am I going? Is your name Aaron?
Here we go. Yes, sir. My name's
Well, then you asked the question. You did ask the question. I heard you say. We can go back and listen to the video if you want. So you did ask.
I
So
might have asked the question, what is the moon? But I haven't
Okay,
asked
so what is the moon?
what the moon is.
But I'm asking you what the moon is now. What is the moon?
Well, you didn't answer mine first.
No. I asked the question before you. You haven't even spoken to me yet until now. I asked that
Hello?
question.
Hello,
So what's the moon?
sir?
Hello,
So what's the moon?
Okay.
Aaron.
I did ask you the question first, Aaron. Did I not? Aaron,
Okay,
what's the moon?
what's the question?
What is the moon?
Yeah, that's the question I want to ask. What is
Okay,
the
no,
moon?
I'm asking you. Stop dodging the question because we know you're dodging the question now because it's getting a bit obvious. So what's the
Aaron,
moon?
I haven't got all night,
I
Aaron.
asked the
Okay. Hold on. The moon is a visible light in the sky. Boom. Go.
Is that it?
What is the moon?
A visible light in the sky. Okay, what's creating the light in the sky then? What's creating the light in the sky?
Sure. It's a visible light in the sky. That's all I know, right?
That's all you know. So all you know is that you can just see it in the
That's
sky. That's all you know.
too.
Okay.
That's all you know too. So
Oh no, I
so
actually
can ask
know
you
more
the
than that.
question, What
Would
is
you
the
like?
moon?
Yeah, I'll tell
Very
you if you
good.
like. It's not a problem. Would you like to know what the moon is?
Sure.
Okay, right. First of all, I'll tell you how we know what the moon is. Would you like me to tell you that part first?
Just make it quick. Come on.
Make it quick.
Yeah, he's got to go to work in
you want me
6
to make-
hours.
Oh, have you? I'll go as slow as possible then. Right, we know
Terry's
that
gotta
what the moon
show
is
the-
made.
Make it
Right, are
quick.
you going to let me answer the question? Are you going to let me answer the question?
What is the
Are
moon?
you going to
I
let me
just
answer
asked
the
you,
question?
what is the
I'm going
moon?
to tell you if you shut up and let me answer. Are you going to let me answer the question?
You can ask the question.
Right, okay. I'm going to answer the question now. Okay. First of all, I'll tell you why we know, because that's important, why we know what the moon is made of. Right? There was called Apollo missions that landed on the moon. They brought back lots of samples. Now, many organizations across the world, around the world, I mean many organizations, have had access to these samples and they have studied it. All kinds of different countries.
Put them back
Russia,
on
China. Okay, so now we know what it consists of. Okay, now what the moon is actually made of.
the moon?
I'm going to
That was
tell
my
you.
Aaron,
Shut up. The moon is made of
if you
oxygen,
let him
silicon,
get
magnesium.
his thought out, you might be able to hear it.
The moon is mostly composed of oxygen, silicon, magnesium, iron, and calcium, aluminium. Okay, now that's the surface. Hold on, I'm answering the question. If you shut up. Right, we know that is made off at least down to about 40 or 50 kilometers. That's the crust. Now, we can only guess at the moment, with science, have a rough idea what it might be made of in the core. We think it is an iron core, and we think it consists of more iron than it does the center of the Earth. Okay, and the moon is a satellite that is orbiting the Earth. And it's you've got a bad throat there. Okay, so am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong, Aaron?
I can't tell.
You've got.
Aaron, what's your problem?
I just want to make sure that I could, this guy's saying a lot of stuff here, right?
Which can be
Okay, well,
verified.
prove me wrong.
Which can be verified.
I can give you all the evidence you like if you like. It's not a problem. I can do this all night long.
Hey, Terry, if it can be verified, then I'm mute.
Debunk it. Tell me. Debunk it. Tell me I'm wrong. What part of it? What part is wrong?
Have you been to the moon to verify that?
This is why it's a waste of time.
I don't need to go to the moon, Aaron.
Oh,
I don't need to go to the moon.
Wasting your time, casual spaceman.
Yeah, you're getting trolled.
I've got a question.
It's
No, I'm having fun. I'm having fun. It's okay. I've only just joined this conversation. You've had your fun with him before. I'm having a little bit of fun, so let me have my fun. Yeah, it's good times. It's good times.
It's good. It's good practice, casual.
Yeah. So what part is wrong? What do you disagree with exactly with all that?
Well, that you've never ever tested.
Right, I've already answered that. Well, I don't need to. So I've answered that. So what's the next question?
Tested what you told me. All you told me was what you read in your book, which I read in my book, the same book, right?
But what book is that then?
Yeah. Well, the astrology book. Yeah.
The astrology book, right? You're saying that in the astrology book, I've read about that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So what is the moon?
Astrology. So he's a Leo.
Astrology.
Oh, so it's the.
No, it's Pisces.
Hold on, Phils. What is the moon made of? Go for it. Go.
I've just told you. I've just told you.
Have you been there?
I don't need to go there to know.
I've got a question for Aaron.
Waste of time.
Aaron, do you think everything you learn
No,
is
I'm having
through...
fun. I know it's a waste of time, but I'm having fun anyway. Come on, let me have
Aaron,
fun.
do you think everything you learn is through books?
No, absolutely not.
How would anybody get convicted in a court if you have to be there?
No, I'm following the line of learning here because
all the defense would have to do it to the witness. How do you know? Were you there?
Terry, how come everything? Yeah, I say no.
What if I told you I actually know somebody, okay, who's a distant cousin who has actually studied samples of the moon? What would you say? Are they lying?
You'd say you didn't do it yourself, so you can't know.
Look, but you cannot put,
Shit, if that's the case, I got someone whose father's been to space.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Right, Sanji? Exactly.
No, Aaron. Aaron, for real. No, Aaron, for real. I actually know someone whose father went to space. I just for real.
Yeah, I know a guy.
Real as well. I do know
somebody resorts to the how do you know where you're there argument.
One at a time.
When somebody resorts to the how do you know where you're there argument, you know they've got nothing.
Yeah, I know. Let me have fun.
It's been a long time since I've had to say something like this, and I want everybody to understand and if you pardon the expression, the gravity of what I'm about to say. I take this very seriously when I say it. It has been a long, long time since I have met anyone as disingenuous, trolling, and as big a fucking liar as Aaron.
Oh, yeah. Shut up, Shills. You do not talk bad about me right now. Okay?
Are you drunk, Aaron?
I'm a good fucking troll, first of all. Okay? You do not talk bad about me. I do not talk bad about you. I'm a supporter of Sean G's channel. I'm a supporter of fucking Jose's channels. I'm a supporter of fucking Nathan Oakley's channels. Fuck it. You do not talk bad about me. I work all fucking day long. I work all day long to do this shit.
He just did, though. He just did, though.
You motherfucker, you do not talk bad about me.
He just did.
Aaron, you left Terry out of your list.
Aaron.
I'll bury this motherfucker in $100 bills. I'll bury him in bills.
Aaron.
And that's US bills too.
That's right.
Happy days, Terry.
Don't fuck with this motherfucker. I will.
Aaron, if you say that word one more time, I'm going to get you banned from this channel.
Shut up, Davos. I don't want to hear you. You're snarky. You're bad.
Aaron. You promised me.
Be good, Aaron. Aaron, be good.
You promised you'd be behaved, Aaron. You don't want me to pounce on you, do you?
Sorry, Terry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I've got a question for you, Casual.
Okay, go on in, Mandy.
You said the moon's got an iron core.
I didn't say that. I said we think.
Okay, then.
The moon has got an iron core.
Cool. Okay, let's go with that.
Okay.
We think. Is it a molten iron core?
They think it might be. They think the very center of it might be. We don't know for sure, but it indicates from seismic activity that there is a molten iron core. Correct.
Okay, cool. How come we don't see volcanoes on the moon then?
Because How come? I can't answer that question. To be fair, I can't answer the question. I don't know.
Yeah, cool.
That's a really good question, and I don't know the answer to it.
I know it's a good question. It's a bit mind baffling, really. If it's got a molten iron core like Earth, it would have similar properties.
Why should it? Why should there be volcanoes though?
Because we haven't witnessed an eruption. That's why.
Yeah.
Not on the moon. We haven't. No.
Yeah,
no.
we didn't say it has a lava layer.
No. I never said that.
No,
in fact, there's no indication. There's no indication that within sort of 50 kilometers we pretty much know what it's made of, but we're pretty sure that there's no lava below, slightly below that. We don't know 60, 70, 80, 90 kilometers. We don't think there is.
Where do you think the heat comes from for the lava layer, if not the iron molten core? The heat has to come from somewhere.
Bandy,
doesn't mean it needs a way out.
Did you just miss what I said? We do not know if it has a lava core.
I know.
Yeah, we think it's not lava.
I'm just
You do know the difference between a molten core and lava. Lava's nothing to do with a molten core.
Well, I reckon it'll be pretty similar. They're both molten.
Does it?
Material.
Well, really? They're not both molten. What's molten mean?
Molten is a state, not a material.
A state of what? Liquefaction?
Partly, I guess, isn't it?
There you go. So a molten iron core would be liquefied as well as the lava core. They've got to be
why does the lava have to come to the surface?
Well,
because it's not tectonic. Like you said just a moment ago, it's not tectonic.
Yeah, but the heat does. The heat rises, doesn't it?
Rises? What, in space? Does it?
No, right. It goes outwards.
What direction?
It has to go outwards, doesn't it?
Outwards from where? Well, from the center, you mean?
Well, it has to. Well, what's outwards mean? Doesn't mean inwards.
Yeah.
But the only reason it'd be caused to go outwards is if there was pressure.
Yeah, heat makes pressure.
No, heat only causes pressure with a gas.
Yeah, you're telling me there's no gases down there. There has to be gases down there.
Well, there's no gas pressure that we know of. Otherwise, it will be coming out, wouldn't it?
Well, it does come out. It comes out in the forms of volcanoes and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's not, is it, though?
Yes.
Have you seen any eruptions coming from the moon? If you're looking up, can you see any eruptions?
Exactly. That's my point. That's my point.
Exactly. Go around in circles.
How big is the moon, Bandy?
Right, it can't be a molten iron core.
It's magma that causes volcanic eruptions, not.
You know, it's 25 centimeters, 25 millimeters across, sheeples.
Right. The reason why we think there's a molten core, right? It could be any kind of any variation of viscosity. Is that the word?
Viscosity.
Viscosity. Yeah. It could be any variation. That it could be almost like a thick treacle. For we know, we don't know.
Well,
we don't know for sure. And the reason, but hold on. The reason why we think it's molten, okay, is because of seismic tests that we've done on the moon.
Yeah.
And it only indicates, we don't know for sure. Like I said, I'm not saying there is a molten core, just we think there's a molten core from those tests.
Yeah, well,
it gives an indication that it is.
Well, that train of thought is all wrong.
Is it? Why? What
train
of thought?
It can't be molten iron core on the moon because there's no volcanoes.
Molten iron core doesn't cause volcanoes.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be.
It's magma that causes volcanoes, not a molten core.
And where do you think it all starts from? It starts from the center.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
The only reason why we have volcanoes as Earth because we've got a tectonic system. In other words, there's cracks in the surface, if you like, and it moves.
The iron core, is so dense. It's so dense that it doesn't. It's not a magma core, right? Losers.
So you reckon it's like
I thought you just said the moon was a light in the sky, Aaron.
No, I asked you, what is?
No. You just said it was. You said earlier on. You were talking about. You just said it was. You said it was a solid iron core. How do you know this if it's a light in the sky? Do you see? How you're contradicting yourself there, Aaron.
Drunk Aaron doesn't know what real Aaron's saying.
I don't think he does he?
We might need real Aaron to interpret the.
See what did I say?
Somebody blow the whistle. Troll violation. 15
Oh
yards.
no!
I
I'm
haven't
Pete
got a
Shells.
whistle. Anyone got a whistle?
I'm Pete Shells. I know it's a waste, but it's just having
Blow
a
the
bit of
whistle.
fun. Just having a bit of fun.
But casual.
I'll go on mute, Chills. Thank you. Thank you.
One reason we think it's got a molten iron core is because it has the moon actually has a very slight magnetic field.
True. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
And if there's not molten metal down there creating a dynamo effect, where is the magnetic field coming from?
The Earth. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Big Blue. Sorry. The Earth. Go ahead.
The Earth.
What? How's the Earth causing the moon to have a magnetic core? I thought you said it was a light in the sky.
How much percentage of gravity on the moon is there compared to Earth?
1/6.
That's true.
So that's the amount of mass concentrated on the central point in the moon. Yeah?
Could be.
Oh no, the moon's mass is much less than that.
So Aaron, is it
1/80th of Earth's mass, something like that.
So Aaron, is the light in the sky got a magnetic field now?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. A light in the sky's got magnetic field. Okay.
How do you know it doesn't? How do you know it doesn't? I mean, just because you guys have a model saying no, this is how it works, this is how everything works. It's mathematical. You can predict it.
I know for a fact that.
But you actually have never ever been there.
I know for a fact
Don't know
because
how
I've
it
been
works.
there.
You have no idea how it works.
Aaron, I've been there. I know these things.
You've never been to the moon, Shield.
Yes, I have. Have you ever been to the moon? No, you haven't. So how do you know I haven't been there?
Well, because
I've been there. I've been there. Prove me wrong.
We're men, and we would never lie to each other. That's why.
So which is it, Aaron? Is it a light in the sky, or is it a thing that's actually got a magnetic field? Which is it?
You tell me, because you guys are trying to predict it.
I've been there, and I can tell you from personal experience. I can tell you from personal experience, it is exactly as described.
We told you, Aaron, and you said no. Okay, you tell us.
Hey, Chills, or sorry, Blue. I did not say nuh-uh. I just said no. You've never been there, right?
Drunk Aaron.
Can somebody tell me how long this stream has been going on for, roughly, give or take?
This
5 days.
Yeah.
Oh, right. And about how many? What? Sorry.
About half hour.
About half. Well, in half an hour, you have contradicted yourself more times than I have everybody seen in several hours of a stream.
Who the fuck?
Unbelievable.
Is this a British guy or an English guy?
You can't even remember what you said from 1 minute to the next. How much have you had to drink? Seriously, how much have you been drinking tonight?
Who are you? What are you talking about? Actually,
my name's Fred.
Probably 8 years in.
My name's Fred Flintstone.
My name's Aaron Moorfeld. Thank you.
No, you're not. My name's Aaron Moorfeld. Look at my avatar.
So we got that out of the way, right? So how much have you had to drink tonight?
Let's get that shit out of the way. Let's go. So what's your point? What do you want?
I don't want anything. I'd like to poke a bit more fun at you, if that's all right.
Here. What are you talking about?
Excuse me, drunk guy. How can you be Aaron when it clearly says I am Aaron?
I am Aaron. Moorfeld.
We are Aaron.
No, I'm Aaron.
We are Aaron Moorfeld. Yes, we are.
No, I am waning moon phase. Thank you.
I am waxing moon, crescent moon.
I'll do the painful mind.
Aaron, what? I'm generally just having a conversation. What have you been drinking tonight? Seriously.
What do you mean tonight? It's morning where I'm at.
Okay, morning. Okay, what have you been drinking?
Juice,
Too much
juice. Too much juice. What
Yeah,
kind
chili
of
juice.
juice? What kind of juice?
Jelly juice.
What kind of juice, Aaron?
And your point is?
Oh, there's no point at all.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. So you don't have.
I still want to know how the drunk guy calls himself Aaron when my avatar clearly says that I am the real Aaron.
Yeah, imposter.
He is the real Aaron.
Wait a minute. Hold it. Who's Aaron here? I want to know who's impersonating me.
Would the real Aaron please stand up?
Look me up on Facebook, you motherfuckers. God damn, it's not that hard.
Aaron!
That's
Do not
CGI.
say that!
That's CGI, Aaron. You lie.
Gee whiz. Yeah, that's what you guys want. CGI.
The real Aaron doesn't
You want to
speak.
see my globe face on the fucking Facebook.
Aaron,
Hell
Mike
yeah.
clearly,
Aaron,
Mike
Aaron,
clearly says I'm Aaron.
Aaron, can you keep the F's down a bit, please?
Will do.
I don't believe Aaron's here.
No, I'm Aaron. It says I'm Aaron. Look at my avatar.
It says I'm Aaron
Terry,
too.
come on, dude. Terry, your audience is now
Imposters.
portraying me. I'm just here like this. Okay.
You're here like this.
Yeah. What's the problem?
What shape are you?
What shape are you?
I've just asked you a question. I've asked you that first.
Casual. Every time you ask a question, he's going to ask the question back. It's the ultimate troll.
I know.
What do you mean? What shape am I? What do you mean? What shape? Human shape? Like what?
No, you said
Like
I'm
I have
like
a
this.
sweatshirt.
I was just
on.
curious.
I do have a sweatshirt on. Okay.
I was just curious.
I didn't know sweatshirt was a shape.
Because you said
Exactly,
I'm here like this. I just wondered if you're a different shape. Perhaps you're like a strange shape. I don't know, maybe triangular shape. I don't know.
So what's your question?
What shape are you?
No, what's your question?
What are your pronouns?
Okay. What's the
pronouns? What's the question? Ask a fucking.
What are your pronouns?
Ask a question.
What do you identify as?
Ask a question.
Just did. What do you identify as?
I can ask a question, Aaron. If I ask you a question, will you ask the question back?
Absolutely, Terry.
He didn't.
I think
No,
he's been
I
drinking.
did. I said absolutely, Terry. Right?
Yeah, but you didn't repeat back his question.
So you can answer a question without it repeating the question back.
Damn it, you fucking Aussies.
No F, please.
No swearing,
That
Aaron.
was F word. That was F word. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Where are you from, Aaron?
Where am I from?
Yeah.
Christchurch.
Oh, in New Zealand.
Come over, mate. What are you waiting
Are you
for?
Kiwi? Are you Kiwi?
No. Yeah, I'm from
You're not
there.
Kiwi. You're from there. Okay.
Yes, I am.
But you live in New Zealand right now.
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay.
Whereabouts
Well, then
in
how are you going to get to work?
Whereabouts in Christchurch, you liar?
Yeah, here he goes
You
with the
guys,
lion again.
Just because I know people that live in Christchurch, and I could say that,
I don't know
don't
you,
live.
Aaron.
Absolutely no. No, I don't. I don't live in Christchurch. I've actually never been to Australia or New Zealand, Tasmania. Never been.
Then how do you know they really exist?
South of the equator, actually.
I like how Tasmania is a
Yeah,
separate
I was just going to say
Australia.
Tasmania's separate. Yeah.
But I have known people that live there, so I just joked with this guy who asked me where I was from, just to fuck with them. So,
But
yeah,
you've never been there yourself, so you don't know they really exist.
I know, right, Shills, right? So I'm actually from my born and bred Nebraska. Okay.
Nebraska.
Is that good or bad?
Are you a cowboy?
Hey.
It explains a lot.
Where do you think the bread and butter of America comes from?
So what does
I
Nebraska?
don't know. I'm from New Zealand.
What's Nebraska? What's Nebraska famous for?
Look it up.
Flat.
Why are you asking me?
Well, you're
born
from there.
there.
I'm not from there. I'm not from there. You were there. I wasn't.
It's famous for
I'm from here.
cows, pigs, corn, and what else? God damn it! cows, pigs, corn, and
Ranches.
ranching. Yep. Right.
I will debate the corn fact because I come from the largest corn producing state in the country.
God damn it.
Iowa.
Illinois.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Illinois, Iowa, right there. I was right. How far away was I then? Right.
You said from me? Iowa is about 430 miles from me to the border.
How far away was I from it?
He is smashed.
I reckon. I know drunk people because of my dad. And it's like, yeah.
I know drunk people because of my own drunkenness.
He's getting there. He's getting to that point. He's getting to that point where he starts arguing at the bottle. Wait a minute. Bloody thing.
What are you doing? Why don't you have anything left in you?
What you move over there for? I was talking to you.
Bandy, let's have a bit of sensibility in this. Can you take?
You talk to Bandy. You'll get more sense.
I never thought I heard him myself say that about Bandy.
Yeah, Aaron arguing with a booze bottle. Why don't you look me in the eye anymore whenever we make love?
That's a bit harsh, guys.
Listen, Bandy, you didn't answer my question from before.
Well, I'm still waiting for Casual because he keeps on deflecting from my original question.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter about that.
I've already asked you. I've already answered those questions.
Casual answered you.
But anyway,
Bandy, I think you're picking on me. You always keep asking me questions these days. You're always picking on me.
Well,
I don't think you like me very much, Bandy.
Well, it's got nothing to do with like. It's just maybe the answers are unsatisfactory. Have you ever considered that?
Oh, you don't like my answers? Okay.
Says the man who proved gravity by breaking both legs.
Oh, come on now!
Right.
Why are we getting into personal ad homs here?
There was not a single personal attack there.
No, that was just your proof of gravity. It was an experiment.
Hey, Bandy, when in doubt, do we pull out or do we push in? I forgot.
We know we can only push. We can't pull.
Oh, so that means every bird that you've laid with is pregnant now.
Show me one pulling attraction. Just one.
Okay, taking your penis out of a woman.
No.
Do we have to? I don't think this is appropriate.
What do those tractors do on the dirt when they've got that weight behind them? What's that called, Bandy?
It's called the good old push tractor event.
No, it's not, Bandy. No, it's not. What's it called?
Well, we know what they generally call.
What's it called, Bandy?
We have to call things.
What's it called, Bandy?
Instead of calling things down, you guys go
Bandy.
Bandy. Like, really?
Bandy. What's it called?
What's the force?
No, what's the event called, Bandy?
What's the force?
No, what's the event called, Bandy? I've asked you about 10 times. Why won't you answer?
Because you won't tell me what the force
is. The tractor what event?
I'll tell him what the force is. It's the light and the dark side of it that you have to be careful of.
What?
What?
That's so deep.
Do or not do?
No.
It's not quite Shakespeare.
I agree with Bandy.
Thank you, Aaron.
You know Bandy's a closet Glover.
Yeah, definitely. But Bandy,
I don't.
How big is the moon?
I am, right?
You're drunk. How big is the moon, Bandy?
Well, the sun is about 12.5 millimeters wide.
I thought that was the moon.
Right. That was the sun.
No, it's the width of his thumb.
Me and Bandy get together, we can get this. Here we go. Go, Bandy. Go.
And then the moon is about, well, you can block it out easily with your pinky. Right? Easily you can block it out with your pinky. But in proportion.
Chopsticks. If you have chopsticks, yeah, you can.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to say my best guesstimate is about 5.5 millimeters.
All right, so the moon is 5.5 millimeters wide.
No,
5.5 chopsticks wide.
From 5.5 millimeters.
Oh, from.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the wiggle room again,
All
right?
right. You see, we've had this conversation about the sun, and what was it before? You said the sun was somewhere between 1.5 centimeters to something like 30,000 kilometers.
Yeah,
Well,
12.
That's
right.
Something like that, but it was within your range of estimation. You said.
That's
that
right,
you
and it
were
was
satisfied with.
3,000 to 93. Yeah,
It's
3,000 to 93 million away gave him wiggle room.
Well,
that's right.
Come on. Everything has an allowable tolerance.
Yes, considerable tolerance.
No. When you think of the scheme of things, when you're talking about the measurements we are talking about, the infancy of space, that measurement actually is quite small.
The what of space?
The infancy.
I agree, Bantal. I agree.
Thank you.
So,
hey, can I screen share for a minute?
So
Sure.
why
Yeah,
can't
somebody else is at the moment.
Somebody else is screen sharing.
Yeah,
So why
on the moon.
can't we view the whole moon when we view it with a telescope if it's only 5.5 millimeters wide?
What do you mean? Why can't you view
There
it?
you go.
Well, when you can zoom in on it and it doesn't, the craters and everything you're viewing could be completely, you should be able to get all of it in one shot. But why do you have to zoom in on parts of it?
Who's driving?
What is the moon? What is it?
The moon is a rock, Aaron.
Firstly, you're zooming in on it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, then, hello. Maybe you need a bigger zoomer so you can get the whole moon.
Oh, there it is. What's it about?
What did you do? You broke it.
A bigger zoomer.
Yes.
There we go.
Ben, what's that tractor doing?
Oh, happy days.
Hi, Terry.
And what does that title say underneath it, Aaron? Not Aaron, sorry, Bandy.
Can you scroll down a bit and we'll see what the force says?
What is the moon?
What's that word? What's that
Come on,
word
fellas.
between tractor and Wikipedia?
Come on, fellas. What is the moon? You tell me. What is it?
Aaron, I'm bored of you now. Be quiet.
Yeah, abort.
Yeah, we know the generic title that they give it, but what is the force involved?
We know what the title is. So what is the title?
What is the tractor in the act of doing?
Right, exactly. That's where I'm going. What is the tractor in the act of doing?
You tell us. What is it doing? What do you think it's doing then?
Well, it's pushing. We know it's pushing.
What's it pushing?
What do you mean? What's it pushing?
Right. Okay. So you got two parts to this, right? You got a tractor, right?
Yep.
And you got. I take it. Is it a trailer? Is it?
Yeah. They're a trailer. Gradual weighted trailer.
Is it a trailer they're pulling out?
Yes,
is that
yes,
what it is?
yes, a trailer. It's a weight.
Bandy.
Sorry.
Bandy, is that a trailer they're pulling, Bandy?
Yeah, that trailer they're pushing down the drag strip. It's a sled.
You said yes. No, I'm only tricking you. I'm tricking you.
I know.
Okay, so you got two parts to it. Okay, so you got two parts.
You're not tricking him. You're not tricking him. Bandy's
direction?
very smart.
Shut up,
You're
Aaron.
not tricking him.
What direction are they? Are they both going in the same direction?
Well, that's your choice.
Right.
What direction
Aaron,
do you believe the moon is traveling?
I'm talking to Bandy. So what direction are they both parts of that going in?
Well, the vector they're going according to the picture. They're going towards that corner.
Okay, so they're going in the same direction, correct?
Yes, according to the picture.
Okay, so the trailer is. So would you agree the trailer is behind the tractor, correct?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Depending.
So what's pushing? So what is pushing the trailer then?
What is pushing the trailer?
Magnetics.
The tractor.
Magnet. Right there. Mag.
What's pulling the trailer?
No, there's nothing pulling the trailer. The tractor is pushing the trailer.
Is it? So okay. So what's pushing the trailer then?
Magnetics.
The tractor. We've already established that the tractor.
But the tractor's in front of the trailer. You just agreed. So how is it pushing it? It needs to be behind it, doesn't it?
No, of course it doesn't.
Aaron, hush.
The trailer has to be exactly where it has to be pushed along.
Okay, so what's the force that's pushing it then?
The tractor.
But you've agreed that the tractor's in front of it, though.
I know.
It's so in the direction that it's going, the tractor is coming first, correct? And the trailer is following it. Okay, so what is the force that is pushing the trailer? Because if it's pushing it, it needs to be behind. It needs to be second in line, wouldn't it? If you want to look at it that way.
Okay, then.
Don't do it casual. It's a trap.
What is? Okay, let's go to the.
It's all right. It's only a bit of fun. It's all right.
It's another waste of time.
Let's go to the basic level, casual.
This is
Here
guys,
we go.
I've
Just a
got
bit of fun, but it's all
PTSD
right.
from that last beat.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying yourself, casual?
I am enjoying. I really am having a good time.
Really? Okay.
Good.
Let them roam. Let them roam.
Yeah, they can roam. Look, let's take it back to basics, casual. All right.
Exactly.
All right. What?
Okay.
What is the force that's moving the tractor?
What is the force that's moving the tractor? That's a good question. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Can somebody mute him, please? Thank you.
I did. Sorry.
Well, it's torque, isn't it, from the wheels?
Yes.
Which the internal combustion engine is creating torque.
Yep.
So the wheels is pulling the tractor, the mass of the tractor.
Well, the force that eventually moves those wheels, that's a pushing force, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
you agree?
but the trailer doesn't have its own power, though, does it?
No, of course it doesn't. The tractor does.
Correct. So yeah. So the tractor's creating the force.
Okay. Yeah.
So in the direction that it's going in is leading the trailer. Correct.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So how can it be pushing it then?
Okay. So now let's just agree. Okay, because we have to come to some. We've got to come to some sort of.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you this. Right. The tractor is pushing itself along. I'll give you that. Right?
Okay. Okay.
The tractor is okay, but what you got to remember is that the trailer doesn't have its own power. It's not creating its own power, is it?
You're 100% correct. I know. You're all over it. You are all over it. So now where you're so close to getting it, it's not funny. Trust me. All right. Now where the hitch is, right, for the trailer.
Yeah.
Right, on the tractor. Sorry, there's the hitch. All right.
Oh, we're getting into that now. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard this,
now the trailer is attached to the hitch.
Correct.
Okay. So where's the force?
Where is the force?
Yeah,
the force is the pulling force of the tractor part of the hitch.
No, the force
pulling the
is
hitch of the trailer. Because the trailer doesn't have its own power.
Yeah.
That's what you're missing. You're missing the trailer doesn't have its own power.
No, it doesn't.
They're two separate objects.
It doesn't.
They're two separate objects.
The force is coming from the.
Well,
tractor.
if it's pushing it, it does. Of course, it does.
Exactly right. So the force is coming from the tractor, right?
Correct.
It's pulling.
No, it's pushing because
what's it pushing?
Because the force.
How is it pushing?
Because the force that is exerted by the tractor, right?
Yeah.
Is put on the inside of the hitch.
Yeah, which is pulling the hitch, not pushing the hitch.
It's pushing. You got to look at where the force is.
No, you can't say that.
Explaining.
You are missing the fundamentals. You are missing the fundamentals.
What fundamentals are we missing then?
He's trying to do the quantum example of the push-pull force.
Not doing any quantum anything. It's basic. It's basic physics where the force is being applied.
I think children know this, Bandy.
Yeah, I think the force that is being applied is a pulling force pulling force through the hitch, which is pulling the trailer.
No, it's not. It's a pushing
I
force.
don't understand why it's difficult to grasp.
No, it's the easiest thing. Exactly. My foot.
No, you're not grasping it. We
are.
understand it perfectly,
No,
but you're
you
not.
don't. No. You are.
Casual. Let's ask all the Americans in the chat. How long have they called it tractor pulling for?
Oh dear.
How long? Anyone?
So what is the event called? What's the event? Who was asking me that anyway? Is that Aaron?
The pulling force.
That's Sheeples.
Right. The pulling force. Somebody asked that, right?
Just because they call it a tractor pull doesn't mean that's what.
Yeah, I know. Hey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why they call it discus throw, but they're actually throwing
Somebody asked for the pulling force, right?
You say
Somebody asked for that, right?
The problem Bandy has though is he doesn't understand an American tractor hitch. Okay?
Come on, Big Blue.
No.
What
Listen,
if
listen,
they-
listen, Bandy. Hey, Aaron, let me talk, please. Would you? Could I just
go for it?
Yeah, I'll growl at you too. Goddamn it. Okay. Here's the deal, Bandy. What you don't understand is the ball is on the on the sled, and you're pulling on the back side of it. See? The other way around. What do you think it is?
That's how your solar system model
Open
works.
mic,
is
somebody.
The ball is on the back side of the sled.
Doesn't make any difference where the ball is.
Oh, it does.
No, it doesn't. It's the same.
No, the tractor. The tractor. The part of the hitch attached to the tractor is pulling on the back side of the ball on the sled.
No.
Yeah. That's how it works.
Pushing.
Yeah,
No.
I got you, buddy. I got you.
Blue.
I got you.
You missed the fundamentals again. It's exactly the same. It's the same.
I got
Blue.
you.
Yeah.
No. You are so far from it. It's not even funny. The force is exactly the same. It's a pushing force.
I was pretty close. It wasn't funny just a minute ago. Now you're far away. I'm closer than you are, Blue.
Yeah, it's not really funny
Are you on your PC, Bandy?
Me at the moment, yes.
I have a solution to this problem. How does a plunger work?
I was going to give. No, I was going to give. Yeah, wait a minute. I was going to give Bandy the pictures that I've got shared.
Pull and push.
That's science for kids.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So if the guy at the bottom one you're saying is pulling, where's the vector point of him pushing? Pulling. Sorry.
Sorry.
Where is the vector point? Where is the vector point of the person in the lower picture? If he's pulling, not pushing.
Of the lower person, the lower person is pushing. He's not pulling.
But then what's the guy at the top doing?
The top guy is pushing too.
What's he pushing? Because he's going in the opposite vector.
He's pushing he's pushing that big stone block, I presume.
But he's not behind it.
Doesn't matter if he's not behind it. Where's the force being applied to?
The entirety of that rope. The entire rope is causing that force.
Where is the force?
The force.
I want to know if this has a freaking point.
Right? The force is where his hands are. His hands are pushing against the rope towards him. He's pushing that block towards him. It's where the force
is is this some kind of private joke going on here?
Chills. Hold on.
This is a misunderstanding of physics.
Shut the hell up.
Let them do this.
Aaron, shut up. I'm not talking to you. Is this a private joke? That's all I want to know.
No, it's not a joke.
No.
What's funny?
Okay. That's all I want to know. I didn't know if you guys had some kind of private joke and you're doing something.
No,
with it. All right.
no.
Aaron, stay out of it.
Okay.
Bandy thinks that the pulling and pushing forces originate from the point of contact from where it's getting pulled or pushed from. And he calls it.
And he's right.
He doesn't.
No, I don't want to participate in this. I just wanted to find out what was going on.
And he's right.
Thank you.
Paige Shields, are you on Discord? Unpaid Shields. Shields, are you on Discord?
On two.
Yeah, I'm on Discord. I'm just kind of tuning out right now.
All right, that's okay. Yeah, no, just message me later on, or I'll message you, or message me. You know me, so
Yeah,
I don't
I
know
wonder
what
how a
your Discord
hydraulic
name is.
ram. I wonder how a hydraulic ram works if it's push.
Ooh, whoa. What do you mean, Devos? What do you mean how a hydraulic ram works? What do you mean?
Come on.
Just a simple question. How does a hydraulic ram work if it's push?
Okay, pressure in, pressure out.
Come on. Damn. That's the basics.
But no.
No.
Oh,
No.
there's nothing putting pressure on it.
No. Where?
There is nothing putting pressure on it when it's coming back.
What do you mean there's nothing putting pressure on it?
No.
Ah,
No.
I have an excavator, a hydraulic machine.
There we go.
Yeah. So
You
what's
set the-
putting the
you-
pressure
You've
to
set
make
the
the
I haven't-
piston go back?
I haven't seen your excavator, so it's not real.
Oh, that's half unpaid. Come on.
I'll show you guys. It's okay. But Devos, hydraulic out, hydraulic in is totally based upon what we call pilot control on the the operator.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the
platform.
question. I'll ask this question for the third fucking time.
Hey, hold on.
No.
Bad
Listen.
words. No bad
Listen.
words.
Aaron, don't you dare lecture me on what I say. All right.
I
Listen
will lecture
to
you what
the
you
question.
say on hydraulic.
What is
hydraulic, I will lecture you. Yes, I will.
What is the push force that makes the ram go back in?
The hydraulic pump. Hello, valving.
That's not what is the
what
push
valving is?
force.
Do you know what valves are?
This is
Hello?
going nowhere. This is going absolutely nowhere. I asked a simple question and you go, because the hydraulic goes in, the hydraulic comes out. What is the force?
The hydraulic pump.
Too serious.
I run a hydraulic machine all day long for like 25 years. That's what I do. I know what the hydraulic pump does, Davos. It involves the outstretch of the cylinder, and it also gives the contraction of the cylinder. That's what it does.
Everybody just calm
I
down a
don't
little
know
bit.
that.
Relax. What he's asking for is the force, not what's causing the force. That's
The
all it is.
hydraulic. Yeah. The hydraulic pump.
No. Listen to what I'm actually saying. Listen to the words I'm saying. He's asking what the force is, not what's causing the force. So ignore the pump. What force
Hydraulic
is the
pressure.
pump doing? What's that?
Hydraulic pressure. Yeah.
Hydraulic pressure. There you go.
Absolutely. Yeah. On both ends of the cylinder. Absolutely.
So there is nothing pushing the hydraulic ram for it to go backwards.
Yeah, there is. Wait.
It's my moment.
It's the pressure.
Hold on. It's my moment on the what we call pilot controls. So we have they're not direct, hydraulic controls, not cable operated. They're actually like small PSI hydraulic controls.
No, that's not how they work.
That's what we call pilot controls. And that's so when I pull the handles back, the fucking arm goes back. When I push it forward, the arm goes forward. Out
That's how
there.
they work.
That's that. That's how I make a living, guys.
It's not how they work.
That's how I make a fucking living. Don't tell me that's
not how they work,
bro.
Does it use oil or air? Oil or air?
You guys can tell me. All right, you guys can tell me that this is not how it works. Okay, go ahead. How does it work?
I don't know, but I do know that that's not how it works.
Okay,
but
go ahead.
I don't know how it works.
Go ahead and tell me how my machine works.
I don't know how it works. I just know it doesn't work the way you described it.
Okay, that's cool. You don't know hydraulics then, obviously.
No, I just know that it doesn't work the way you described it.
That's cool, Shills. If you don't know about hydraulics, don't worry about it.
What happens if you blow a hose on the hydraulics?
The whole system goes down.
But why?
Doesn't.
What happens when you? Why would you lose pressure if the hoses came out?
Because it's a neutral balance pump. Is what the pump does. Okay. It's a neutral balance pump. So when I let go, even though I have booms in the air, I got my boom in the air, and I let go of the controls, the pump still lets the boom hang there, right? If I blow a hose, it just depends which hose, but that boom might fall, right? Okay. But if not, if it's just like a thumb, for my thumb or for my bucket or, for the swing, doesn't matter. That boom won't fall. Yeah.
Okay, let's take the boom hose. Let's say your boom hose blows. Why does it fall?
Well, if the boom hose blows,
yeah,
it falls because the cylinder that holds up the boom has no pressure.
So what was pushing that hydraulic ram to let go?
Huh?
What was pushing it for it to let go?
Well,
if there's no pressure,
it keeps spewing out pressure. By the way, until I shut the engine off.
Yeah, that means it let go.
It's spewing out pressure. By the way,
yeah, but that means it let go.
Engine off. I say, oh shit, I got a fucking blown hose. Right? Okay. So,
yeah, it may be in your la la land that's how it works, but that ain't how it works in reality.
There is no lock on a fucking drop boom cylinder. Okay.
Fair enough. That's why.
Whatever you want to say, man. Whatever you believe.
I'm just. I run this
I'll let him.
for 20 years, bro. I'm just saying.
But Aaron, do you realize I'm actually like an engineer?
Mm-hmm.
You do know that, don't you?
Are you a hydraulic engineer?
Do you know I worked with air rams?
Are you a hydraulic engineer?
Yes, air rams. It still uses a hydraulic system, but it uses air instead of oil. It uses air instead of oil.
There you go. Give me back into fluid, oil. There you go. Okay. So you're a fluid hydraulic engineer. Yes, you are, right?
You realize it's the same principles. It uses pressure.
No. It's not the same principle. Air and fluid hydraulics is not the same.
Pneumatics and hydraulics
are different. Air is a fluid.
So can I just, as much as I hate for actually doing this, I've actually come in just to help Aaron out just a little bit. As an operator myself for 25 years, I know a little bit about how this works too.
Sweet. Thank you, sir.
Not a problem, Aaron, but just don't get smug over it.
I'm not smug. I just want to hear what you have to say.
So, generally speaking, in a machine, the way that they make the piston move backwards and forwards is by applying hydraulic oil to either end. When you move the valve body, be it through electricity, because some of them are electrical over hydraulic operations, some of them are a lower pressure oil pressure that controls the valve body that allows the oil to flow in different directions. When the valve body is actually operated, the oil that's coming out of the piston in a lower pressure is returned back to the thank you very much, Terry. It's returned back to the oil tank, the holding tank. When you move the valve body in the opposite direction, the oil from the other end goes to the hydraulic tank.
High pressure through the pump to the high pressure part.
Your high pressure comes straight from the pump and operates on either end of the hydraulic piston to make the movement in either direction. When you have the lever in the neutral position, it is locked off as shown in the diagram on the screen now, so that, like Aaron said, the valve becomes somewhat like a shock absorber in a car, and the oil actually will pressurize in both directions, but stopping the boom or the dipper arm or whatever
Boom
from
will
moving.
not fall down if
It
I
won't,
let go of the handle, right?
unless obviously one of the hoses break going to the hydraulic piston.
Right.
I'd just like to say that. That's all.
Well, thank you
learn
very
something
much,
new every
sir.
day.
That was awesome. That was a very great demonstration of exactly hydraulics, which I work with every fucking day. So go ahead, Demonic. What was your question?
No.
But still, a tractor pulls a trailer, and I've worked out exactly. I've exactly worked out how that works too.
I know how a tractor pulls a trailer. We all
Thank you
know.
very much, Aaron. And so, why can't why can't Bandy see that?
Bandy can say that. Yeah.
What can't I say?
What can't you see or understand?
I understand all. I just told you. You just have to ask me, and you too can understand.
The other point from earlier that I'd just like to point out is not all moons aren't volcanic either.
Bandy, we just gave them a lessons in hydraulics, and they're like quiet right now. Listen,
Hey, no.
No, I'm just sick of arguing with you.
Bandy didn't give any lessons in hydraulics. I did.
Quiet,
And neither
Bandy.
did you,
They're
Aaron.
quiet.
And neither did you, Aaron.
I gave a lesson in hydraulics because you
Yeah.
couldn't
Come
explain
on,
it properly.
I did that. I'm the fucking flat Earth guy over here. I gave you a lesson in hydraulics. You fucking came on. Thank you, sir. And now it's Bandy's turn.
Keep dropping them F-bombs.
I know. I'm adding them up, Aaron.
You were saying it in such a way that no one understood you, Aaron. So that's something I think you need to work on, is explaining yourself in such a way that people understand what you're saying.
But would you say that I was right in what my explanation was?
I knew what you were trying to explain because of my experience and my knowledge. However, you were trying to explain something to people that didn't necessarily understand how you were explaining it.
If I have a question about hydraulics, I'm going to ask you, sir. Definitely.
Well,
my question still remains.
So where
was
does
the force?
come
what
from?
was the force when the hydraulic lets go?
There is. What do you mean force?
Gravity.
Gravity.
Gravity, you effing retard! Gravity.
By the way, Peter.
Yes.
I was just giving Aaron a dose of his own damn medicine.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I just couldn't sit and listen to it any longer. I tried to get on my phone,
Yeah,
but
well,
it wouldn't let me.
I haven't wanted to listen to it since that last show that we were in.
Yeah, well,
it just totally burned me out. I was hoping for light conversation, and it just.
Well,
we can have a light conversation.
It will be a light conversation very shortly because Aaron's F-bombs have added up too many, and he might have to go.
I'm sorry.
I missed most of that. I'm
Come on.
sorry.
I'm all for a light conversation.
But I was kind of busy changing a radiator for an ex partner. So
I've been drinking Captain Morgan tonight, but I haven't had as much as Aaron has. Clearly.
So
no.
Can we bring up that moon thing before? Can I just? You know how you were talking
a moon thing.
Are we going to talk about Enceladus?
Well, no. Well, yes, indirectly, yes. That thing you were saying before, Casual, about the moon with the iron, with the possibility of it having an iron core.
Yeah, molten iron core. Yeah.
Yeah. So Bandy asked a question that I'd like to answer, and the point of reference would be Jupiter.
No.
So because of this, we can actually observe it from a distance, not in our own area. Why we would have most likely have a molten iron core in our moon.
Oh, good. Okay, good point. Go on ahead.
So,
I'll be interested to hear this.
So because of what we can see what happens with Jupiter's moon, and that Jupiter's moon actually has volcanoes on it.
Yeah.
Because of how close it is to Jupiter,
Io.
it gets squeezed by the gravity.
Volcanoes, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So because it gets squeezed and subjected to a lot of pressure.
Oh my God, we got some squeezing going on.
Aaron, I've already shown to you that I'm more knowledgeable about hydraulics. What about I might be more knowledgeable about another subject, just for a second. So the moon itself gets squeezed and compressed as it orbits around Jupiter. Now, because of this squeezing action, it actually has cracked quite a few tectonic plates onto the moon itself. And it's the pressure that's caused by the gravity of Jupiter has liquefied the center of the moon, which also gives it volcanoes. Now, this is where they got the idea and or research that indicated that our moon would most likely have a iron or iron style molten core similar to that moon. However, because it's not under so much gravitational force as a moon going around Jupiter, that is one of the reasons why that it doesn't have volcanoes, because it's has not got tectonic plates. It's a solid mass.
Where did the moon come from? Okay.
Well, there's
Terry, is that your page on the screen?
Yeah, why?
Can you bring up the? Can you just type in volcanic moons of Jupiter?
Thank you. That's the one.
How about where our moon came from? How about that?
Where our moon came from? There's quite a few different premises on how that occurred.
Oh, look, it's already telling you to go there.
Yeah, but where did our moon come from?
Well, I wasn't there at the time, so I can't give you a definitive answer.
So
However,
how do you know where Saturn?
Like I said,
at Io.
So like I said though, Aaron.
How do you know where the Io came from or Jupiter's?
Well, I hate to tell you this, but I was there.
So the thing is,
Jesus Christ, you're older than I thought you were. Bloody
hell.
Oh,
right.
The thing is, Aaron, because of is it Shoemaker Levy 9?
Shoemaker Levy 9.
Shoemaker Levy 9. Because of the way that when it crashed into Jupiter, as it did, that actually gave us quite a good indication on where our moon came from.
Okay, that's pretty cool. How come they don't crash satellites like that into the Earth so that it shows us like the Earth? How come they only crash them into like far off planets, shit that we never can't see or never see? Nobody ever sees them.
Do yourself
shut
a
up
favor.
long enough, Aaron?
Do yourself a favor and have a look at Skylab. Right? Look up Skylab, and before you ask the question, yes, I actually did watch it crash. Right? Look up Skylab. There's one that they crashed into Earth.
Secondly, Shoemaker Levy 9 was not a satellite. It was it was a comet that broke up.
Exactly.
Into a whole string of littler comets. So if you want to act all incredulous about stuff and you want to act like you've got some kind of mental superiority, know what you're talking about first. Because if you don't, you make yourself look like an Aaron.
I look like an Aaron now.
Look, a volcanic plume from Io.
Oh my God, that looks so real. Oh wow.
Because it is real.
That's because it is real.
That's awesome.
So I took a picture of the moon, Aaron. I actually personally took a picture of the moon. Now I know that you've got.
We're talking about the moon, right?
Yeah,
aren't we?
I know you had I know you've got a camera or had a camera that, although it's not one that I've got.
You asked me if I've ever been to the moon. I asked you,
That's
what
not what I
is the
asked.
moon?
That's
What
not what I
is the
asked.
moon?
He didn't ask that.
I did not ask that at all. I said
Yeah.
you have a camera. I've taken a picture of the moon. And
Okay, so what is the moon? Go for it.
your
Go.
camera, no, I'm not changing my topic. I'm talking about one thing, and I'm not letting you derailroad me.
What
Yeah.
is the moon? Go.
I've already. Do you want me to go over it all over again, Aaron? Have
No.
you forgotten already?
No, he's not going to derail this.
No.
Don't play his
No.
game.
So Aaron, I've got a camera somewhat
making
better
a
than
point, unpaid
yours,
shield.
and I've taken pictures of the moon.
It's
Have you
only a picture,
pointed your camera to the moon and taken a picture of it yet?
Skills, that's all they got. It's only pictures.
No,
It's
no.
only, what is the moon?
Hey,
Oh, I got
Aaron,
pictures.
Aaron,
I got cameras.
Aaron, have
I got
you
photos.
have you even still got your camera, or have you pawned it?
Guys, come on,
Aaron,
guys.
Aaron, hello. I was
Yeah, I'm here.
talking and you spoke over the top of me. Now,
No,
I
I'm
asked you a simple question that you could have simply answered with a yes or a no. Have you still got the camera and taken a picture of the moon?
I have seen the moon for
That's not what I asked.
43 years of my life, 43 years, and I do not know what it is.
Have you taken a picture of the moon with the P900 that you were given?
Yes.
You have. Did you zoom right into it?
I have not, but I have friends that have.
Well,
yes.
well, what
Like
I'd
on hand.
suggest, is I'd use that piece of equipment that you've got and take a picture of the moon yourself, because you can actually zoom into the point, even with the camera that you've got, where
That
you
thing
can
is
see shadows,
240,000 miles away.
where you can see
Wow,
shadows.
That's amazing. You can just zoom right into it. Wow,
Hey,
it's 240,000 miles away.
So,
A quarter
in
million
comparison
miles
to the moon, you need to realise that you're about the size of a bloody virus. You are microscopic.
Hey,
In
I'm just
comparison
saying
to
that's
the moon.
amazing. That's amazing.
Well,
That's all.
use your camera and you'd find these things out. That's all I'm saying. That's amazing.
Aaron, are you aware how big the moon is? How big is the moon? Do you know what the radius is?
Do you know what it's made of? I mean,
no, I've already discussed that, and I'm
We've
not going to
been
go
there,
back
done
into
that.
that. Answer the question. Answer the question. Do you know what the radius of the moon is?
Do you know?
No, Aaron. Answer the question. I'm not just asking. All we need to do is say yes or no. There's no shame in saying no. It's not a problem. Do you know what the radius of the
don't
moon
know
is?
what the radius of the moon is. No
Okay,
idea.
good. Then I'll tell you. Great, fantastic. Right, the
So
radius
you
of the
can
moon
tell
is
me.
one.
You can give me
Yeah,
some
I'm just
math,
about. I'm going to
Give
tell
me
you
some
right
math.
now. I'm going to tell you right now. It is over 1,700 kilometers in
Give me some
radius.
math.
Now that is pretty
some math.
freaking big. Okay, so it's
What do you mean big? How big is it? You
I've
just
just
asked
told
me if
you.
I knew how big it was,
He
and I
just
said
told
no.
you, but you were talking and you wouldn't shut up.
I've just told you. If you be quiet, I'll tell you. Right, 1,700 kilometers in radius. That's not a small thing, Aaron. Okay, it might be 238,000 miles away. Okay, but it's also 1,737 kilometers in radius. That is why you can zoom in it, because it's not a small thing. That's why. There you go. That's your explanation. That's why you can see it quite easily in the night sky.
Yes, Bandy. What did you question? Bandy?
Yes, getting back to this molten iron core, supposedly, that the moon's made up out of, but it probably isn't the molten iron core because it doesn't have volcanoes and tectonic plates and.
But we've already explained that you don't need to have volcanoes with a molten core.
Well, you would see some sort of sign or some sort of movement on the surface.
Why? Why would you, Bandy?
I know. Funny you should say that, though. Hold on. Funny you should say that. There is some seismic activity on the moon.
What, like volcanoes and stuff?
No.
What, like
moonquakes?
Moonquakes. Yeah, moonquakes. Okay,
So
so it does move. But hold on. But, okay, the reason why we get volcanoes on the Earth is because of tectonic plate movement. It moves. So therefore, there's gaps and cracks in the Earth. Okay, so it allows magma to come out, which is lava, which creates life.
Well,
That's why we got
a lot of
volcanoes.
it is created through subduction zones.
Okay, yeah. I'm just simplifying it. Yeah, that's the reason.
Okay,
So we don't have. Yeah. We don't have tectonic plate. Yeah, there's no tectonic plates on the moon. It's as simple as that. We know that.
There has to be.
Otherwise, no, there's not.
Well, there has to be. There's cracks in it.
No, there's not.
There is.
There isn't any cracks. Is there? Where's the cracks?
You just told me there was.
The reason why you don't.
I said on the Earth. That's why.
The reason why you don't have volcanoes on the moon is because the Earth's the moon's molten or partially molten core. It's not fully molten. Right, is only 20% of the size of the moon, whereas in the case of the Earth, it's about 50% of the size, and most other planetary bodies. The core is so small, and it's only partially molten. It's not completely molten, so you've got a really, really thick mantle and crust, so you don't have that molten iron anywhere near the surface. It would have to go through the other 80% of the moon to get to the surface.
And
that's not going to happen.
You can see a model of that on the screen right now.
Casual just said there was tectonic plates.
No, he didn't.
No, I didn't. I said on the Earth. I said on the Earth.
Did you just not say
no,
that
I didn't.
there was? No, hold on.
You're mistaken, Bandy.
I didn't say that.
No, let me finish my sentence. All right. Did you just not say there was earthquakes on the moon?
There is moonquakes. The moon quakes on the moon. I just said earthquakes.
Okay, well, moonquakes, whatever you want to call them, but you know what I meant to say earthquakes, right? Okay, well, to be a moonquake or an earthquake, right, there has to be a crack. There's got to be a
different system.
No, it doesn't have to be.
No, there has to be.
It's a different system.
Just because you want it to, Bandy, doesn't mean that it has to be.
What is a crack? Not movement of a breaking of the crust.
It's different. It's different. You're not understanding that you can't compare it to what you know on Earth.
So what's a moonquake? Is that just is that like
seismic vibrations?
Yeah, because of the Earth's gravity, basically, is what's causing those quakes.
Okay, so are you saying a moonquake is like if you had some jelly and you touched the jelly, it would just wobble?
The tidal forces of the Earth squeeze the moon in a certain way, making it stretch, and that stretching causes rocks to eventually crack.
The same way as I explained about Ios before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens to Enceladus as well.
And they know that the moon has or at least a partially molten core because of what they analyze. They analyze its rotation. And by knowing quite precisely the details of its rotation, they can determine that it does have a partially molten core.
And for an experiment that you can do at home with an egg that actually demonstrates this, and it has to be an egg just because of the Riley reference, if you get a hard-boiled egg and you spin the hard-boiled egg as fast as you can and then you stop it really quickly, just touch it with your hand and let it go, that egg won't move again. It will stop. But if you do that with an egg that's not been cooked, so it's still runny on the inside, you spin that egg and then stop it quickly and let it go, and it will start spinning again because of the momentum of the liquid center. And it's a similar process that they use to calculate it all.
And they also have seismic sensors on the moon which collect data, and by analysing that data, they can determine how big the core of the moon is, just like they do on Earth.
And that's what I was saying right at the beginning of the stream.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, Earth.
All right.
Thanks, Gravity.
Fun, but I'm off to bed.
Night Crash.
No Crash.
Later, guys.
Been fun.
Later, Crash.
Here and I have to get in like 4 hours.
And Aaron has to go to bed too because he's got to go to work soon.
Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta make $400 tomorrow. So
yeah. Okay then.
All right. Bye, Aaron.
Good night, Aaron.
Thanks, Terry. Thanks, guys. You know what? Hey, I'll come back. I got bones to pick with y'all. So.
Aaron, that's not a problem, Aaron. But come back sober.
Yeah, come back.
Hey,
sober.
don't worry about me. Don't worry about me.
I'm not worried.
We have to worry because I don't want. I want appropriate behaviour and attitudes, not from drinking it.
Okay, I only care about Terry's show. That's
we
all I
don't
care about.
we
I don't
don't
care
need
about.
our
Okay, good for you.
we don't
Good for
need
you.
our liability insurance going up, Aaron.
Oh,
Yeah.
gee whiz. You guys
Good night, Aaron.
are Aussies. You guys Aussies are fucked up.
Come
See you,
again, Aaron.
Good night,
Okay,
Aaron.
thanks,
Good night,
Terry.
Aaron.
Thanks, Terry.
How can we miss you if you don't leave?
Good night, Terry.
Good night,
Good night, Aaron.
Aaron.
Not Jimbo.
I can't find my way out. I don't know how to get out.
Oh dear. Do I have to kick you?
Terry, help him.
Please help him.
Please
Someone
help him.
him.
Here you are, Aaron.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
No, hold on. I got one more point. One more
No,
point.
no. Good night. Good night. No.
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 Nope.
Thanks, Terry. Good night. I'll leave.
Okay then.
I'll leave. There we go.
There we go. Oh, he's learning. He's learning. I didn't have to give him the big work boot.
Sorry, I had to come back and fix that moon and liquid core, bloody molten core crap that was going on. And thanks, Gravity, for
No, that's all right. I mean, it's interesting that they use seismic waves to analyze a lot of things, even the sun. They know what the interior structure of the sun is like for that very same reason. What is that noise? Who's sucking on
Vapor.
something?
It's a
It's a
vapor.
vape. Someone's vaping.
sorry, Gravity. I didn't mute like I normally do.
Is that you? Is that you, Bandy?
No.
Nah, it's me.
Peter, at least you weren't snoring.
Did you hear about the new
Yeah.
the new plasma plumes they found coming off the sun?
Wouldn't surprise me.
It's a different style of, so it's not like a CME. So yeah, I think they called them plasma fountains.
Yeah.
Oh, so it didn't do it to me then.
No, it didn't do a U.
Hey, Bandy, whereabouts from Aussie?
I'm down south near Melbourne.
Down south.
He's about 40 k's away from me.
Yeah, but Bandy, I could say the same thing, yet we're still 700 kilometres apart.
Yeah, not that far in the bigger scheme of everything. We're just like a virus speck.
Hey, lucky that the world's not flat, Bandy, or else it'd be like 900 kilometres away.
Who told you that?
Well, it would, according to the AE, Matt.
Who told you the world wasn't flat?
My observations.
I took a picture of Mount Hotham.
Who told you it was?
What? A news place? Hold
Yeah,
on.
who told you it was flat?
Hold on. Is there some new information that I've missed?
Well,
So
you asked us
it's
who
a
told
genuine
us.
question. Who told you it was flat?
Yeah.
Well, no one's shown me otherwise.
Bandy, that
No, but somebody must have, at some point must have actually told you that it was flat, correct?
No. My observations show me that
right.
it's
So
flat.
you started you started the flat Earth movement then.
Yeah.
There's a movement.
Yeah, the fact that a force pulled him into a ditch.
I don't mean a bowel. I don't mean a bowel movement either.
I was about to say, don't you find it funny that the flat Earth movement has the same context as some other type of movement?
There is.
Bowel movement.
I might have to go and have one of those in a minute.
Oh, come on.
A bowel movement.
Oh, I just had a flat Earth movement.
So
I feel so much
Bandy,
better.
So Bandy, that lovely picture of Mount Hotham that I took, that I showed you, now that's from our local area.
Yeah, oh, have you skied at Hotham?
Yes.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, because there's snow on it when you're skiing.
Oh man, the wind it's the best for the snow bunnies at Hotham.
But anyway, stop trying to change the subject here.
We were talking about Mount Hotham.
See
this?
This is how good the flat Earth is.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, their cars. Look at their car. How's that car still running?
The picture of Mount Hotham and Buller, that's all in that one picture that I took.
Yeah.
How can you explain that at 700 meters, I'm at the same height as a mountain that's recorded at 1,700 meters, when we're only 56 kilometres apart.
Oh, how far? 56.
56.
Gee, that's a long way away, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. And because I was up high, I could see it. And,
Oh, yeah, like, here's a question for you, Pete.
well, what about you answer my question before you give me a new
I am answering your question. Listen, I'm answering it, right? Now, if we're standing on the ground, you and me, right? And the ground's nice and flat.
Yeah.
Right? How far away would I be until you couldn't see me anymore, you reckon? Just roughly.
Well, actually make out your face or make out you as a person.
As anything.
Oh,
So I
know
could
the
no
answer.
longer see you at all. It would be a couple of Ks.
A couple of Ks, you reckon?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Okay.
How tall are you, Bandy?
Thanks, Dominic.
Sorry.
He's 6'2".
6'2",
and I'm 5'3".
Yeah, and we
okay. If you're 5'3" and he's 6'2", at roughly the 12-mile mark, or about 14 to 15 kilometers,
oh, there
you will no longer be able to see each other.
There you go. But for
we're not talking about a 6 foot tall man.
No. But we take for granted every time that you talk, Pete, that you're standing on a milk crate.
I'm actually sitting on a phone book at the moment, just so I can reach my keyboard.
Yep.
We need to change this photo to "I've been abandoned."
Right.
Bandied, yeah.
Now,
Bandied.
so it'd be about 12 kilometers.
Yeah.
Now, if I was, say, I don't know.
Whenever Bandy says now, you know he means business, doesn't he?
That means he's got to think for a second while he
Yeah.
works out a new line.
No. If I was like 10 meters tall, so I went home, ate some Brussels sprouts, and I grew a little bit. And now I'm 10 feet tall. Right.
Put your stilettos on, yeah.
Yep. Got me Sunday best on, right? All spruined up. How far away would I have to be before you couldn't see me?
Well, it would be a little bit further.
How far? Much further do you reckon?
Well, I don't know, but I'll get the money to do the calculations again.
Then. So basically everything like gets to a point where you can't see it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay then. Cool. No. And now we'll just go back to the first scenario where it's just like you and me, right? And I'm walking down the road. Now I'm about a kilometre away. Okay. How do I look at a kilometre away?
Probably better than you do close up.
Maybe.
But small.
That's not what you said on the weekend. Come on.
Yeah, but that's because you were facing the other way.
Oh, damn. Thank goodness for dimmer switches.
Anyway. The point is, Bandy, that you can't explain on a flat earth that me being at 700 meters and the hill in front of me at 700 meters was at the same height as a mountain that was 1,700 meters.
No. I'm explaining it to you now, but I've got to take you through the basics, though. Right.
Okay.
First, we've got to go through the basics. Right. Now, I'm further away.
Now.
How do I look to you?
Somewhat smaller.
There you go. There's your answer. Why? Why do I look smaller?
Because you're further away.
There you go. Now this mountain is 56 kilometers away.
Small. Far away.
So, however, your explanation there falls apart when you use that whole explanation that the flat earthers use. For example, one in particular, a number of sauce bottles on a table, that when you're down low, yes, it looks like, because of perspective, that it gets smaller. But when you actually go up and look at the top of all of those sauce bottles, they're still all at the same height.
Yeah, but are you looking at sauce bottles? I thought you were looking at Mount Hotham.
Yes, I was. But
there you go. Let's bring it back to Mount Hotham.
So I was at 700. So hang on. I was at 700 meters.
Yeah.
The hill in front of me was 700 meters high.
Yeah.
And because that's a straight line.
Yeah.
I should have been seen in the center of, roughly speaking, of Mount Buller.
No.
Yes,
Not
because
at
it's a
all.
straight line. It's a straight
No.
line. Yes.
You see how far away Mount Hotham was? You told me it was 56 kilometres away.
Yeah, only 56 kilometers.
Only 50. Only 56
Hello.
kilometers. And you know what? I could see further.
There you go.
Are we going to bring in angular size here, Bandy?
And those
I dare you.
that were further away, did they look bigger?
But
did they look bigger? The ones that were further away.
But the thing is, though, Bandy, is when I actually get up to these other mountains, I know that they're that high, and if we were on a flat plane, the size of them, although because of the distance as far away as they are, they would look smaller. However, if you still climb to two known points at the same height, creating a straight line, you would actually end up being able to see, and they would line up with the hill, the mountain. It would not be lower than the two mountains or the two hills that I was on. It would be at the same height or above.
Yep. Now, where you were standing, right? How high were you? 700 odd meters.
Just shy of 700. Yeah.
And then you had that other mountain there that was 700 meters. You said there. All right. So the top of that mountain was 700 meters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And where you were standing was also 700 meters. It wasn't 695. Or it wasn't.
I think it was actually 683 or something around those marks, actually.
Well, there you go.
So we were at pretty close to the same height, Bandy.
Yeah, but you weren't at the same height. That's my point. You were looking at an angle going up and over.
No, I was not looking up and over it.
Yeah.
I was not looking up and over it.
Yes.
I was actually looking down to it.
No, can you verify that?
Yes, I can, because I was there.
You were there. You took a photo.
And I had my brother-in-law as a witness. There you go.
Did you take a photo of your height?
Oh dear.
I've actually got the grid.
What's the matter, Davros?
Pinned on GPS.
Okay, the angular size difference is less than 2 degrees. Therefore, if it was a flat plane, guess what? There would be 0 hidden.
We're not talking about angular size.
No, I'm talking about at the distance. If you were going to use perspective, due to its angular size, at the 53 kilometer distance, it would not change its height.
No, I'm saying where Pete was standing in comparison to where the other mountain top was that he's using as a reference point for his 700 meters. I'm saying that Pete is at a slightly lower.
I definitely wasn't slightly lower.
Well, I don't know.
Definitely was not slightly lower.
I don't know.
Because when I was actually standing in that location, I actually used the theodolite app to make sure that I wasn't.
Did you? Where'd you get the theodolite from? The one on your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I calibrated it. I calibrated it before I went up to Bonnie Doon.
Up to Bonnie Doon.
Yep.
Yep. Before you went.
Yep.
Yep. So it registered his elevation.
Okay, then so all the way, and then you moved, and you didn't calibrate it at the bottom or at the top.
No, that's not how it works, Bandy. I don't need. I calibrated it that day. That's all I had to do.
Okay, then. All right. Just a day.
Bandy, you're watching the video on the screen here.
No, I'm not. Sheeple, sure.
Okay. Well, I'm on a mountain that's 2,518 meters at the summit.
Crazy,
exactly where I'm. And over there in the distance is a mountain that's 2,797 meters, and it's below us. So how can you explain that one?
There you go. Look at that.
It's only one explanation that fits, Bandy.
Look at that. No, look. What I'm saying is,
see across there, that's a little snow-capped mountain. that mountain's 2,797
So,
meters.
so if you had a water level gadget machine up there on a tripod set up, that mountain will be below it.
It's neither here nor there. You're above the clouds. Zoom back.
That's got nothing to do with it.
No, it does. Look, that proves that the shadows are on top of the clouds, not below.
Are you changing? Hang on. Are you changing the story because you're losing, or just because you have a short attention span?
No, I was told to look at the video.
Okay.
And I was making an observation from what I was looking at on the video.
So what's above it that's actually putting the shadows on the clouds?
What do you mean? What's above it?
You said the shadows on top of the clouds. What's putting the shadow on top of the clouds?
Obviously, the top of that mountain.
I don't think so.
What do you mean?
Anyway, so please explain how these distant mountains could be lower than where you observe them from.
So, what's the height of the ones all the way over there? They're higher.
Sheeple.
Yeah, so the one I'm sitting on is the highest point of the mountain, 2,518 meters.
Yeah.
And the mountain in the distance, it has the white cap that you can see around the 4 minutes 50 mark. It's a good shot of it. That's 2,797 meters tall.
Yeah.
So and it's below us, clearly below us.
No,
Yeah, so that's at least a 200-meter drop.
No, it looks higher.
How?
It looks like it's way above the clouds, the ones in the distance.
Well,
What do the clouds have to do with it?
Well, I'm taking that as a reference point.
You can't, because they vary.
What do you mean they vary?
Clouds vary in height.
No, well, they're flat on top.
Not all of them.
Lots of them are.
Lots of them aren't.
Well, those ones look like they're flat.
No, they don't. They look lumpy bumpy.
No, they don't. They look pretty flat on top.
So fluffy is flat?
Yeah, fluffy, flat. Fluffy-ish.
But by calling them fluffy means that they've got bumps.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, they look fluffy, but they're a flat fluffy.
How can they be flat if they're causing shadows on other clouds?
Well, the mountain definitely is. Look at that shadow.
That mountain should be a lot taller than where I am. It should be the top should be 200 meters plus above where I am.
It looks taller. Look at it. Look how high it is in the picture frame. There. Looks heaps taller.
Andy, have you got the right eyes in?
Of course. You can't have a high resolution screen. You must be looking at it in low res.
I'm looking at this in 4K, buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got 7K.
No, you don't.
Can't.
You don't.
How do you know?
Because YouTube can't view 4K higher than 4K.
Oh no, I'm one of the beta patients.
It would be 8K.
You're a patient, all right.
Oh.
Well, there's another video on the channel that shows me climbing the 2,797.
Cool. How long that take you to get to the top?
There you go. Took my time to that. Well, it was about 4.5 hours.
Okay, nice. Look at that sun. That was magic.
Yeah, this was the drive home. You're not meant to stand on top of the mountain, but we did.
Is it a no-go zone?
It's just considered tapu, which is Maori for sacred. So standing on it is like standing on its head.
Okay.
Yeah, it's also the fact of what gravity you'll do if you fall off it.
Yeah, that's the other way. It was I didn't put the sound in the video because it's whistles like something else, but yeah, it was awesome. So yeah, I don't know if you can you should be able to just click on my channel there, Terry, and watch the other video, and you can already see the mountain below us on the second climb, and it shouldn't be, basically. So the Mount Ruapehu summit. Yeah, that one.
When did you climb that, people?
What's that?
When did you climb it?
I climbed it last year, February 23rd.
Look at that. Looks like a magic day.
Yeah, it was a great day.
Beautiful part of the world.
Oh, look at them long white clouds, buddy. Hey, is that where you live, eh? You live in the long white cloud, eh?
Just proving New Zealand exists, you know.
Oh, where's them hobbits, eh?
That's in the distance. That mountain, I think, is 2,000 something.
Oh, where's Mordor?
I've just watched a video about a guy who did a rant about flat earthers and their fake Australia thing. It's freaking hilarious. It's brilliant.
Oh, what?
See, there's the mountain over there. If there's no music, you should be able to play it. Casual?
Yeah, there's no music. No, it's not my channel, obviously, but it's somebody else's. But there's no music in it. What do you think, Terry?
Yeah, it depends on the music.
There's no music at all.
Okay, shit. You won't be able to hear it from your side anyway. If you wanted to, for sound, I'd have to play it anyway.
Yeah, drop it in Discord or in the chat.
Yeah, I'll drop it in the chat. Hold on, I'll do it now. Hold on.
Must have been hot up there with that flat Earth sun so close. Yeah, I know. I was only 400 meters away from it. It was crazy.
There you go. It's in the chat now.
Oh, that's funny. That climbing a mountain really puts everything in perspective. It's crazy. Alrighty. Nice.
A conspiracy theory, which was first discussed a couple of years ago, has recently resurfaced, and I'd like to thank my friend Michelle for sending me a link to it. Now, this conspiracy is part of the larger Flat Earth conspiracy, so please don't expect any semblance of logic, reason, or sanity. Because it states that the country of Australia doesn't exist. Now, that's a shock to me, but I expect it's more of a shock to the 24 million Australians who live there. Apparently, Australia doesn't exist. It is a lie created to help the British carry out some of their dastardly deeds. And as us Brits are the universal villains, I guess that makes sense. So apparently what happens is, anyone who flies to Australia is actually flown to part of South America, and all the pilots are in on this. Now, I have to say, this is even more ridiculous than the other theory put forward by flat earthers, saying that the reason that pilots don't know the Earth is flat is because NASA manipulates its GPS system. How anyone didn't notice that the world was flat before NASA was formed in 1958, we'll never know. But let's say all the pilots are in on it, they're all happy to be part of a conspiracy to cover up that Australia doesn't exist to aid something that Britain did a couple of 100 years ago. That would mean that when you got off the aircraft, the airport would be fake, everyone that you interacted with at the airport would be an actor employed by NASA, because apparently NASA's behind this for a fucking change. And your holiday in Australia would be like a version of the Truman Show, and that only covers flying there. It doesn't cover shipping. Okay, large commercial ships, yes, they all use GPS, but what about small sailing vessels, private vessels? I'm sure by now someone would have said, we had a really weird experience on our sailing holiday. We were going along the coast of Venezuela, and then suddenly we're outside Sydney fucking Opera House. So what is it that the British have done? Well, as you may well know, Australia was originally a penal colony, and that says all you need to know about the British psyche. We discovered this beautiful new country, hot, loads of resources, so we sent the criminals there, and we kept living on this poxy little island in the pissing rain next to the French. But of course, according to this theory, Australia isn't real, so what happened was, the British wanted to get rid of their criminals, so they would put them on the transportation ships, sail them over the horizon, which is awkward for flat earthers because they don't believe in that either, would then tie them up and just throw them overboard to let them drown. Now, there's a couple of problems with this theory. Firstly, yes, prisoners were transported, but sometimes their families would go with them. So even if the most hardened prison guard would have agreed to go on a ship and throw a convicted felon overboard, would he have done it to the guy's wife and 5 kids as well? And more to the point, when this was alleged to have been going on, Britain still had the death penalty. The Crown could have executed anyone it liked for committing a crime without this elaborate scam of Australia. And then what would have happened to the people that went over for the Australian gold rush? Did the Brits execute all them as well? What about the people we know now who are over there? Are they all living in some soundstage, blissfully unaware, in South America while NASA lies to them? Sporting events. Like the Olympics, the Aussies always do really well. But apparently these people must all be actors employed to carry on this myth that Australia exists. When I was a kid, late 80s, early 90s, one of the most popular shows on television was Neighbours. Now try and get your head around that. This means that NASA are making soap operas about a fictional country with actors who've all put on the same fake accent, because the Aussie accent can't exist, in order to cover up a lie told by the British 2 fucking centuries ago. It's madness. Flat earthers, do you not understand the gravity of what you are saying? No, because you don't believe in gravity either.
I think that's brilliant.
It was great.
It's got very quiet in this chat.
Oh, sorry, I was doing
Oh
stuff.
yeah, sorry, shit, casual. Like, God, I thought you could carry a conversation on your own.
Well, that's
Well,
what I'm
the
here.
Australians were just checking their scripts. That's what it was.
I forgot what page I was on too.
Scripts. I was at the popcorn vending machine getting some popcorn. Jesus.
Yeah, I actually had to go and get a script error rewritten by the secretary. The thing was, I had to wait for the email to come back, which was sent via carrier pigeon.
Bloody actors.
The best way, most safest way is carrier pigeon. I've heard that.
Yeah.
Bloody actors.
Yeah, 3 times I had the wrong fucking pigeon.
Oh,
bloody actors. Go and get a proper job, bloody actors.
Yeah.
Gee, there's a few videos coming out about this Flat Earth conference. I think I'll have enough material for later if we play a few of them.
Oh my goodness.
There's tons. There is tons.
Who saw the song?
Stuff going.
Who saw the 2 songs? The rapping one and the one that's taken Adele's Hello from the Other Side and called it Hello from the Brighter Side and sung like a dying cat being slowly strangled.
Oh God, who sung that? Who sung that then?
And then their CD was available. Oh my goodness, it's bad. Like this bad, and then there's wouldn't even pass auditions bad. This is they wouldn't turn on the voice bad. It's bad and
bad.
It's real bad and
bad.
Yeah, real bad. And I know bad, but
bad,
then there was the rap. Before that was the rapping one, and it was just Robbie Davis dancing around and whatever, and all these white guys trying to rap, and they're all off key and all out of tune, and they were running out of breath, and it was really bad, and the crowd was loving it, but man.
Did you see the guy that dressed up in an alien suit and said the Earth was a cube at the conference?
A cube?
Did he? What did they say to that then?
I posted it in the side chat there.
He must have been a troll. Surely.
Even better was the banner that was flying over the top of the Flat Earth convention during lunchtime. So someone paid for one of those planes with the banner flying behind it, and the banner read, "The Earth is a ball. Research it."
Oh, nice.
That link didn't work, Elmo. It says it doesn't exist, that page anymore.
Ah.
Yeah, I just clicked on
it.
No,
it says like Australia. Link doesn't exist.
It says, sorry, that page doesn't exist.
Oh, it's been taken down.
Must be Australians that put it up.
Oh no, can we not get a dodecahedron Earth?
That's what I asked for.
Well,
that's what I believe it is.
I want to organise to go and get me dinner. So either we keep going, or I can stop it and come back in about an hour. And if I stop streaming, I'll leave the Zoom open so people can come and go while we're offline.
Okay.
Want to do that?
Yeah,
well, I need to get to bed. It's like 7:30 in the morning. I haven't slept yet. So.
No sleeping.
Sounds like a personal problem.
No sleeping, Casual. What do you think
wait
this
a minute.
is?
What day is it over there?
Saturday.
Saturday?
Oh,
What's
it's
your
Saturday
problem?
here. Yeah,
It's a weekend.
What day is Father's Day?
I'm tired. I want to go to sleep.
Go and have 40
I'm not
winks
allowed
and
to
then
sleep.
come back in an hour or so.
Have a power nap for an hour.
Right. You think I'm going to go to bed, just like sleep for an hour and then come back? Are you having a giraffe?
Oh, a couple of hours.
There you go. Try that one that I just posted, Terry. That one works because I checked it.
Oh Jesus!
You want to come back, Casual.
Password is.
Oh, because of all the fun you just had with Aaron.
You want to casually return?
It was fun at first, but then after a while, it was a bit like, please be quiet now.
Obnoxiously annoying.
Cube, there he is.
Yes.
Changed my mind. Can you tell me about the Cube Earth?
That's an awesome alien.
That's
just see what you got there. He's got feet. What's that noise?
I think I would know.
I like how he's got the fake microphone.
Can you tell me about the cube Earth? I'm not walking away. I just wanted to see what you got. Interesting.
Interesting.
I'm just looking for answers. What do you have to offer? Damn. Okay. All right. There it is.
Now, does the cube move?
Right? Not sure where it's going yet. Okay.
If the Earth were a cube, we would clearly have edges that we could measure.
Can I register here?
Nope.
Do you know where I can do that? Thank you.
That's Arwen.
Oh, well, 6. Carry the 1. Yeah. I could see it being true.
So it was enough for me to show that NASA is lying because what you got there? Yeah, so I'm not buying it.
Hey, take it easy.
That was Jeranism.
Januarism.
Yeah, that's Januarism.
Jism.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. Exactly what we say about flat Earth. I'm not buying it. See, someone has a different opinion from the globe, but different to theirs. They don't believe in it.
Right, I'm going to bed. Oh God, what was that?
Sorry.
Dear.
No, yeah,
Right, Casual.
Yeah, stay online and I'll just put really loud music on in another couple of hours and wake you up.
Have a casual nap.
Next time.
No, because I'll be leaving this meeting. I won't hear it. You know I won't.
Okay.
Bye-bye, Casual.
Bye, Casual.
Bye. Bye.
Return to space.
Bye.
See you on the dark side.
Oh, before you go, just before you go,
get a job.
Hey, Casual, before you go, something you might want to research.
Yeah.
The first Parker Solar Probe data has just been released.
Oh, was it? All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's the second sort of like round, isn't it? Because it's a lot closer, or
Yeah.
third round. Oh, nice.
So it's just been released.
Must be still alive then.
On www.space.com.
Yeah, on space.com. Yeah, I know. I'll have a look at it later.
No, you
All right.
won't. You'll be in bed.
Well, you don't know how
Lying to you.
later is, though, do you?
It might be tomorrow.
1 hour from now.
No, we're probably about 5 or 6 hours.
2 hours
we'll be
later.
streaming by then.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be only at 12 o'clock, 12:30. I can stay up till at least 1 or 2, maybe at the latest.
I'll crash out.
Oh, well.
When you come back, I'll give you the link.
Okay.
When you
Well,
come
I
back
think-
casual, we got a new script for you, okay? You got to be part of the whole. No, they're not lying. Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm British, don't you know? I'm not Australian. Bloody actors, get a job.
But you've got to help sell the story. They're onto you.
Okay, on that note, we can either stay here and live stream, or we can stop and have our dinners, or you guys can hang in the chat, and I'll keep the Zoom meet going.
I reckon we leave Zoom running, shut down the chat, or shut down
Shut
YouTube.
down the stream, yeah.
Yeah, and come back later.
back in about an hour.
Then we can all eat.
Good.
Decisions. Okay, guys.
Oh, the chat doesn't seem to mind.
The outside chat doesn't care either way.
The outside chat doesn't even know. Like, oh, okay.
Okay, out there in the outside chat, come back in about an hour with a new stream.
Bye all.
Bye. See you soon.
See you soon.